Hello guys, welcome back to Coding. So guys, I hope you all are taking care of yourself, enjoying the videos that I'm posting for you and having a lovely time. So in today's lesson, as you could see in the thumbnail, we are going to discuss about some SQL thing. Like what is SQL, what are the capabilities of SQL, the examples of it, that what are the various commands available, how do we perform that capabilities, what do we mean by SQL processing, and what is the purpose of all these things. So let's learn with me at home, easy and in a very well manner. So if you are new to my channel, please do like it, share and subscribe to my channel. Already on my YouTube channel, I posted content regarding C, C++, Java, Python, HTML, everything which is useful for you. And don't forget to check the short videos. So guys, let's get started with the video without wasting any time and understand each and every concept. We have discussed about that, what do we mean by database, everything about database. In the previous videos also we have discussed about that, what are the different types of operation that we can perform on a database. Now the actual part that will actually come, that how we will are going to work with that desired database, how we are going to perform some queries. So that performing of the queries, that is called as SQL. So the full form of SQL is structured query language. So basically structured query language is a language that enables to create and operate on relational databases which are sets of related information in a table. Basically we perform SQL queries on those things that are already a relational database, and we are going to perform sub steps upon that database. Basically the purpose of the SQL is assessing the data, handling the data and managing the data with the help of various commands that are available, which you are going to use with the help of SQL queries. But before that, we need to understand that how SQL is divided into different parts and different commands that we use. So basically the SQL processing and what do we mean by SQL, all we are going to learn in this. Make you know that, just go into some history also of SQL, that how the SQL basically developed. The original version was developed at IBM San John Joe's Research Lab. This language was originally called as SQL, which was implemented as a part of System R project in the early 1970s. So later on, it was changed to SQL, and now we use it as SQL language with the help of Oracle and all. I'm going to tell you that how we are going to run this and what things that you need to require when we are going to run the SQL queries. First of all, we just need to understand that what are the different things, different languages, and what are the capabilities of SQL. Now coming to the capabilities of SQL, there are a number of capabilities that are available of SQL. But we are going to discuss each and every capability one by one so that it makes you clear enough that what do we mean by each and every capability. So the number very first one is the data definition language. So what do we mean by a data definition language? So basically DDL provides a set of definitions to specify the storage structure and access methods used by the database system. What does it tells that what are the basic access method, what are the storage structures, and what all things are methods are included in the database system. So basically the result of compilation of DDL is stored in a data dictionary. So when I'm talking about a data dictionary, what do I mean by a data dictionary? Data dictionary is nothing but just a set of things, file that contains metadata, data about data. Basically when I'm talking about data, metadata, it means data of data, that is called as metadata. Now, what are the things that a DDL should perform? First of all, it should identify the types of data divisions such as data item, segment, record, and database file. Means what is the type of each division? It should give a unique name to each data item, record type, file type, database. Means everything should have a unique item, so it is easy for you to assess that thing. It may define the length of the data items. It may also identify the type of data types. It may specify the means of checking errors in the data. It also looks on privacy logs, whether unauthorized reading or modification of the data has been done or not, a logical definition of how the addressing is done, a range of values. These all are things that the DDL perform. We will be able to understand that how the DDL perform with the help of the commands that are available in DDL when we work with the SQL queries. Coming to the second type of capability that SQL perform is the data manipulation language. So basically a data manipulation language is a language that enables user to access or manipulate data as organized by the desired data model. Basically what does it mean? Either retrieval of the data, modification, insertion, or deletion of the data. So basically that is called as data manipulation. As you can see on the screen also, these are the four things that a DML provides: the retrieval of information stored in the database, the insertion of the new information, the deletion of the information, the modification of the database. Means all the queries that will perform on these things that will fall under data manipulation language. Now basically the data manipulation language is also divided into two categories. Number one is procedural DMLs, second one is non-procedural DMLs. Procedural DMLs require the user to specify the data is needed and how to get it. Non-procedural data DMLs requires the user to specify what data is needed without specifying how to get it. Means in the first case will specify, In the second case, it will not specify and it just will get the data. The next capability of the SQL capability is the view definition. So basically the SQL DDL also includes commands for defining views. Means it tells the different kinds of views which are accessible by the user and which kind of view is available to which user and which kind of view is available to the another user. We have already discussed about views, that what do we mean by views and how we get a virtual base class or a base view in the SQL thing. So you can check that also so to understand what do we mean by views. Everything will be clear when we are going to perform the SQL queries. This is just to tell you that what the each and every command holds and what do we mean by the capabilities of SQL, what the things that the SQL query can perform. So next is the authorization. The SQL DDL includes command for specifying access, right to, relation and views. Basically it provides the authorization. Now how do we mean by authorization? Authorization means that SQL will check that which DDL command should be specified for which user and which DDL command should be specified for which user. Like suppose say we are taking a student and a teacher relationship. So in what it will happen, the student can only view the marks so that the what result has been obtained. But the teacher can be performing that data in the database in which she had to evaluate the student and give him marks according to that performance in the class and according to the marks he scored in the exam. But the student can only just see the marks and it cannot evaluate on its own and provide that data in the database. So that is the basically purpose of authorization. Next thing that we have is the integrity. Now whenever I'm talking about integrity we all know everything at a particular place, or we can say together. That is basically called as integrity. So now whenever I'm talking about integrity, the SQL provides limited forms of integrity checking. So whether future production standard of SQL are likely to include enhanced features, means as it as improving, it is improving their in features for the integrity checking. So basically the integrity checking helps to perform all the things at one place. So that is the basic thing of SQL, that it provides a variety of things that we can perform only at a single place. Next is the transaction control. Basically, when I'm talking about transaction control, it includes SQL includes command for specifying the beginning and ending of transactions, along with commands to have a control over that transaction. So basically, when we are talking about that, how it will perform transactions, basically SQL involves some commands which help us to perform transactions. So either it will commit or either it will roll back. As you can see on the screen also, this is basically the transaction management at the SQL perform. Means either it will give the command, it will transact, so it will tell that the command has been executed. Otherwise it will tell that it has been failed. Basically the best example for transaction is as we do payment on the bank online. So basically if the transaction executes to be fulfilled, either we enter the OTP or whatever things we have done, so it will be executed, else it will get failed. So basically this is the transaction control that SQL also need to understand. If it gets a command, either needs to operate it or it does not need to operate that accordingly. It is the SQL processing. So now when I'm talking about SQL processing, what is mean by SQL processing? SQL, we all know, is a language oriented specifically around relational database. So the SQL commands can operate on entire group of tables as single object and treat them as an entity of information extracted or derived from them as well as a single unit. So basically that is what is basically SQL. So basically now SQL is also divided into three sub languages, that is DDL, DML, DCL. So basically when I'm talking about DDL, data definition language, as we already told that what is the purpose is needed for them. Second, we have the data manipulation language, that is retrieval, insertion, deletion or modification. Then we have the DCL language, data control language, which is used to control to the database by granting or revoking and therefore essential to the system. We will be also be talking about the transaction control languages. Basically the SQL consists of three sub languages on which all of the data and the SQL queries have to be performed. So this is basically what is SQL processing. So guys, I think you must be clear about each and everything what I have explained to you about DCL, DML, and DDL commands and everything about the different SQL processing. So guys, if you like the content that I post, please do like it, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please do follow me on my Instagram page also, and also do let me know in the comments what kind of content that you want. So take care and have a lovely day. Keep smiling. Thank you so much.